Assalamu alaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. I'm Dr. Mir Ahmed from Medicare Clinic Soil 1920 in HSR Layout, Bangalore. And today I'm going to talk to you about a few patients who suffer a lot of injuries, all sorts of injuries and medical problems like heart failure, kidney failure, all kind of organ failures. And the reason is they are involved in an extraordinary struggle, and they are struggling to a great extent to achieve something which could be as simple as food, housing, clothing, and other basic amenities. But unfortunately, they end up developing a lot of fatal and injuries which are debilitating, and most of the time they are confined to the bed, or they become disabled or injured or suffer injuries which do not allow them to perform to the same extent as they did earlier, and they end up becoming older, weaker, and sadder. Basically, you have to understand that there is a very clear verse in the Quran which says, which is Inna anzalna fi laylatul qadr wama adraka fi laylatul qadr, which talks about the decrees. You should realize that your decrees were written many years before you were even born, and everything happens according to the decrees that God has destined for you. Of course, it is possible to change them, but through prayer and worship. But most of the people don't realize the balance between the efforts they are making and the worship they are making. If you really want to change something for better in your life, you have to balance between your efforts and your worship, and the way you have relationships with everybody, and every aspect of life needs to have that balance. But putting extraordinary efforts in some kind of struggle, like some kind of struggle or a revolutionary movement, often results in a lot of fatal injuries. And there is also one more verse in the Quran which says Allah doesn't change the condition of people until they change what is within themselves. So many people try to, in order to achieve something, try to change a lot of things outside, but fail to realize that the most important change has to be inside, within you. So, unfortunately, many people do not pause to reflect, they do not meditate, they do not pause to reflect this reality, and keep struggling relentlessly and end up in injuries. Kindly stop yourself from becoming jokers, comedians, and humor artists, and also stop others from becoming jokers, comedians, and humor artists. Kindly like, share, and subscribe. Jazakallah khair.